Two to throw right away. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Well, someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Texans will take over. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans. Right at the 30. A first down throw for Mills. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, you know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
First down, Mills. Completes it to Austin. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Mills to the air again. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. 7 yards there and a first down. The Dolphins at 500, sitting at 5-5, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Hey, no steal. On the ball.
Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Let's go.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. 2 and now on first down. And going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Mills. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. We're scoreless after 1. Again, it's Mills. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Austin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. Mills to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mills. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Third and short yardage, Mills. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
38. Shot 17.
They'll start on the ground. Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
And this offense on third down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Striker 3-3. Black ultra. Red cycle. Ready.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
10 cycles.
They fake the handoff, now Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra points up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Draw, 10, check right. 22 needle. Here, yellow. Set.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Ready?
Tua to try again on 2nd down. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you want the final metric on his top speed, and trust me, you do, Next Gen Stats says he hit 22.4 miles an hour. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Throwing again on 2nd down, Mills. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And and he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, part.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Down. Strike. Check strike. Watch out now. 52.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the... And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Texans scoop it. And he's just across midfield and down at the 4th. Line. Following the fumble recovery, Mills swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Now Mills. 20! Touchdown, Houston! A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Texans have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Fight, 97. Ready?
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Ready.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mills. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, here's Mills. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. A first down throw for Mills. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Noah Igbinoghene. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there, and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Play action, now it's Tua. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Okay.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Mills now. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Ogunbowale elects to not bring it out. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
To throw again on second down, Mills. And now here is another interception. Nick Needham picks it off. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Tua now on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Blue striker. Green jack.
Back to the air on second down. Tagovailoa. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Right.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Blue black. Smash red. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Texans are going to have it here just past the 25. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa rolling to his right. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Red. Yellow. Set.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And now here is another interception. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coach.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a give to Mostert running right. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Another catch there for Waddle. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 15 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Ogunbowale elects to not bring it out. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense on.
Back now in Miami. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. First down, Mills. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Mills on first down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Mills again. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 3rd and long for Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And they'll get this down to the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mills. And now here is another interception. Nick Needham picks it off. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, this defense, Charles, we know how good they are, but they've been beat a couple of times in this game. However, they got the latest laugh.
And how about the way they hung in there? Because you're exactly right. They're not used to being dented as they've been so far in this game. But what they just did there with that pick six, that's the equivalent of what was happening to them. They're throwing touchdown passes against them. Okay, we'll take one back against you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone. So we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 25-yard line. After the pick six a moment ago, here's Mills again. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Take it in at the 3.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Throwing after the interception, Mills. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
A 2nd down throw for Mills. That is caught. It's Williams. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, Mills. He's airing it out for Williams. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Down. Black Ultra. Yellow, go. Ready.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23.
Red, cycle. Yellow.
Tua going to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess?
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The sack there by Rasheem Green. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. On 3rd and 1, here's Mills. Completes it to Austin. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Mills. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles.